Well, steady was shitty. What can I say? But me being a Broncos fan, the blow was softened that it was Jared Stidham and not Bo Nix because we were playing with house money. We wasn't the favorite anyway. But I feel like Sean Payton couldn't outsmart Mother Nature and also got outcoached by Mike Vrabel. Listen to me. Now, the plan for Sean Payton was going to be, play it safe, play field position. That's what it seemed like during the first quarter. He wasn't going to let Stidham rip it like he said he was. So we were up 7-0. We could have went up 10-0. And you know, Sean Payton gets cute. You got the best offensive line in football. Do a quarterback sneak if you don't want to do nothing vanilla like run the ball straight up like the middle. He calls a play action pass, and New England is right on it. And it changed the situation of the game. Okay, after Stidham hit that long pass to Marvin Mims, Stidham was kind of playing like, you know, not conservative, but it seems like after that failed fourth down, Sean Payton put the kitty gloves on instead of because the defense was playing so well. But one thing, Sean Payton couldn't do was outsmart Mother Nature. So he was going to let, Stidham, probably rip it in the second half, just like he did Bo Nix. Let Stidham be him and call a few shots. But New England came out in the second half and used most of the third quarter for that final, scoring drive, which was the 3 points they got the field goal in. And the weather was so bad, the commentary, Tony Romo was like, yeah, you can't really take no chances. So Denver will wait until they get to the fourth quarter and go on that side of the field. But one thing I do got to say throughout the playoffs and throughout this regular season, whenever the Broncos was going this way, that's when they had the most dominant quarters. That's when they won all their games. Look at the Houston game that was close. Look at the Green Bay game that they pulled out. Every time the Broncos was going this way, they pulled the games out and won them. And this game was odd because the final drive was going this way, even though the weather was better. So Sean Payton couldn't outsmart smart Mother Nature. Sean Payton had no idea that the weather was going to turn that quickly, and that's what Tony Romo said. And then how he got outsmarted by Mike Vrabel was you got your MVP that got over 4,000 yards and over 35 touchdown passes, Drake May. You're playing it safe with him, the possible NFL MVP, Sean Payton Blank. If New England's doing that and Josh McDaniels is playing safe with Drake May, how can I not play it safe with my backup quarterback, Jared Stidham, which at some time was too late because the weather and Stidham never was in rhythm against New England because that weather made it hard for him to get into rhythm. And it wasn't Steady's fault. Newsflash. It wasn't all Steady's fault. But there's a newsflash. Cortland Sutton does not like going across the middle. And he's telling these quarterbacks, Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, don't throw it to me across the middle. Throw it to me on the outside, deep route, back shoulder. Don't throw it to me across the middle because I'm going to drop the ball. He's just going to drop it. Cortland Sutton do not like getting hit. Plus, after seeing Pat Bryant get concussion, ER balls through to him by Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton is not trying to go across the middle. So I feel like Denver fumbled the ball. Cortland Sutton been dropping passes all year. And it's not that you not don't drop the passes. He's dropping passes on third down. So you can't blame everything on Jared Stidham. New York won 10-7, which is disappointing that Stidham couldn't put up at least 13 points because I felt like after the first touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton, it was 14 to 17 points left on that field. And I feel like just because they didn't get that uh, fourth down conversion, they played it safe all through the game, and it was a mistake. And the New England Patriots won it. Like you cannot um, outcoach Mother Nature. And the simple fact is, you let Mike Vrabel outcoach you because he was playing it safe with Drake May. So he playing it safe with Drake May. Like I said before, how you not going to play it safe with Jared Stidham? So The New England Patriots is going for their 7th title. That would be the most Super Bowl titles in NFL history. They tied with Pittsburgh. But yeah, Steady was shitty, and I felt like Payton didn't keep his promise of letting Stidham rip it.
Benito trying to get around the edge. May felt him and took off. And May's got a first down. And he's wide open to the 20 and out of bounds at the 15. Backing up. Oh, the ball comes out. Is that a fumble? Is that a live ball? It's picked up by the Patriots. And that is a touchdown for Ponder if they call it a fumble. Taken off is May. Drake May to the end zone for the New England touchdown. Oh, here he goes. He can try to beat him with his legs as Ellis runs after him, and May got there. Drake May outraces the defender, and the Patriots now only.
So we got a Super Bowl rematch between the Seahawks and the Patriots. And if you're a Seahawks fan, you all remember this play. Take a look.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
And I know the world loves to hate the Patriots. Like, before Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, we all hated the Patriots because they was winning all the time, whether it was Spygate, Deflategate, whatever. But the thing about the New England Patriots is they won Super Bowls after Spygate. They won Super Bowls after the Deflategate. And Tom Brady, he got 3 Super Bowls early in his career, played for 10 more years, and then got another 4, another 3 with, the Patriots, another 1 with, Tampa Bay. If he didn't retire during them 10 years, that's sort of like a Jordan trajectory that Tom Brady did. It's like unbelievable. And New England did it without a lot of major stars. The time they did have the big time star like Randy Moss, Chad Johnson, I don't think they went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. They got so many, I lose track. But people like to be mad at New England, but we can't be mad at New England. Be mad at the Seattle Seahawks for not giving it to Marshawn Lynch on the goal line, trying to get cute and throw a 2-yard pass and get it intercepted. Don't be mad at New England. Be mad at the Atlanta Falcons for giving up a 28-3 point lead to the New England Patriots. You had them down 28-3. Don't be mad at New England when you could have did a quarterback sneak with Jarrett Stidham with the best offensive line in football, or kick the field goal to go up 10-0, but you get cute and do a play action pass with your backup quarterback. Get mad at Denver. Do not get mad at the New England Patriots. Like that song Master P say, oh, it ain't my fault. Did I do that? That ain't my fault. Did I do that? No, it is your fault, not the New England Patriots' fault. And, the Seattle Seahawks, they want the Patriots. They want to get some get back. You know what I mean? They feel like they should, that great defense, the Legion of Boom and Russell Wilson and that Seattle franchise feel like they should have had more than 1 Super Bowl. But that's why you always say, once you lose a Super Bowl, you just can't say we don't get back. Because ever since then, Seattle did go back. Seattle never went back. They beat the Broncos, didn't win against the Patriots, and they never went to a Super Bowl again. So, you see what I'm saying? Seattle should have 2 Super Bowls, but they don't. And it's sad because that Legion of Doom defense should have had more than 1 Super Bowl. I wish the no-fly zone and Death Rule don't ever fuck with us. The defensive line for the Denver Broncos of Von Miller would have had more than 1 Super Bowl. But Manning was on his last ride, and it didn't happen. So you could never take these opportunities to go to the Super Bowl for granted. But I feel like we shouldn't hate on New England. We should embrace New England for taking advantage of teams' failures, and for them never giving up, for them having the Patriot way where no player is above another. You see what I'm saying? Matt Collins played for Buffalo. Stephon Diggs played for Buffalo. Buffalo got rid of them, both of them. And Matt Collins and Stephon Diggs got scooped up by New England because the New England brass know that those are some good receivers, and they helped New England win the AFC Championship. Matt Collins didn't catch a lot of balls, but he did have a first down catch on that go ahead 10-0 drive, the field goal to put them up 10-0. So we can't just get mad at the Patriots. I know we want to be mad, but don't get mad. It ain't their fault.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
Just wanted to talk some NBA for a minute, and I'm proud of Joel Embiid, man. Because Joel Embiid has been killing it, and he go through so much shit, man. Like people saying, "Oh, he done. He's a rat. Get this nigga out of Philadelphia. I don't want to fuck with him no more." And his injuries are real serious injuries. I mean, he doesn't want to be out. You know what I mean? Like every week we used to be like, he's questionable, not playing, not playing, not playing. But now Joel Embiid's been killing it. He scored 30 or more points in 4 of his last 5 games. And 4 or 5 games in a row, he has a probable designation. It always was questionable. And it would be questionable until the last minute, to the witching hour. If the game started at 7:30, you wouldn't know if Joel Embiid was available until 7. Now, 24 hours ahead of time, Joel Embiid is probable. And the 76ers are back in the playoff picture with Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, Edgecombe, Grimes off the bench. And Joel Embiid is giving niggas work now. He had like what, 38 points, 35 points against the Knicks, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. And he's just been going crazy. He had like 33 not too long ago. Now, one thing I would say, Joel Embiid's he doesn't have the explosion. Like he's jumping like 2 feet off the ground, just like Jokic, but he's still giving people the business. He's not the rim protector he once was, and he's not explosive, but he still can, dribble, hit you with that fadeaway. Still is dangerous from three. Like I'm so happy that Joel Embiid is, healthy because it's sad. Like players like Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and Joel Embiid, we know what they can do, but they always missing a lot of games. It's a given that they don't miss 30 or more games, sometimes 25 or more games. But if they're healthy, we know what they could do. You know what I mean? So I just pray for Embiid, Kyrie, and Anthony Davis to be healthy when it counts. Because look at Dallas. They got Kyrie sitting out and Anthony Davis sitting out, and that's just a shame for the NBA fan. You know what I mean? Like you, Dallas, you got to come up with Cooper Flag, who looks like he's going to be a superstar. You got paired them with Kyrie and Anthony Davis, and them two guys can't even play. So it's just sad. But I'm happy to see Joel Embiid is back and having a probable designation 24 hours before the game started. It's usually you wouldn't know. So if you playing DraftKings, or you gambling on DraftKings or playing daily fantasy, you probably don't want to put Joel Embiid in there early in the morning where the odds are favorable to the player because he might be out and then avoid your ticket and take your ticket down a lot of money. But shout out to Joel Embiid because he's been balling out of control. Wait till he get his health back. I hope he don't get injured before he gets his explosiveness back. Then it's really gonna be on. The NBA is much better when you got Philly, Boston, New York, and the Miami Heat all in playoff contention. That East Coast grind, bro. That physical basketball. Big body Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? He's leading Boston. I think they number 1 or 2 in the East without Jason Tatum. So the NBA has some interesting stories in the East. But I would like to say again, the NBA's regular season is being hard to watch, man. It really is. Like, so Minnesota, they had problems with the ICE incident where a protester got killed. He was a nurse, so they canceled the game. So the NBA schedule is weird. They have Minnesota and Golden State play each other, but then they'll have them play each other again in the same stadium. So they say back to backs, the travel wouldn't be as hard. I think they just need to get rid of back to backs. That's why I feel like players wouldn't sit out through so many games if it wasn't back to back. But the NBA players lose interest when you have to play the same team 2 out of the 3 days in the same city. Like this is why the NFL stole Christmas, away from the NBA, like I said before. So so we got Golden State and Minnesota again. So early in the day, they weren't on an injury report. Draymond Green questionable, Steph Curry questionable, which doesn't mean anything. They wasn't out, so that means there's still a situation where they can play. They can play. Anthony Edwards was not on the injury report at all. So later on in the day, right before the game, they said, okay, it's official. Steph Curry and Draymond Green is out. Not only are they out, but Jimmy Butler is injured. So now they announced that Anthony Edwards is out. So, Minnesota got a solid team. Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, Jaden Daniels, but Nas lead off the bench, but they don't have the star power to have Anthony Edwards sit out the game, especially when Steph Curry and Draymond Green, who people pay to come see, are out. And this is what's wrong with the NBA. It wasn't a league pass game. It was a national televised game on Peacock, where Peacock is trying to get people to pay for their subscription service. You try to get people to pay for your subscription service to watch the NBA because it's no longer on TNT, and you televise a game with Minnesota Timberwolves and Golden State Warriors, and none of the superstars are playing. Draymond Green is a superstar. We love seeing him argue with the refs, get teed up. We love him dishing out the dimes to Steph Curry on that pick and roll and Steph hitting the jumper or he going in for the layup. He laying niggas. So none of these players are in the game. So you got a Minnesota Timberwolves game against the Golden State Warriors game on Peacock, and none of the stars is playing. Ain't nobody watching that game. They turn on the station. Only people that's watching that game is the disappointed fans that bought tickets, and they might leave, or they might give it to their kids or someone outside. Hey, you want to go to a free basketball game that probably can't afford to go to it? Yeah, they want to go, but they go in there and they know Anthony Edwards, they know Steph Curry, and they know Draymond Green. The NBA just it's regular season is becoming harder and harder to watch. Then you got the sports betting factor where you used to be able to go and talk to your friends about the NBA and who did what, who did this and who did that, what when he dunked. But now people just care about if they parlay hit or not. They're not even paying attention. They don't even know. They just go through game logs on the internet and then judge on that on if a person don't hit. And now all they care about is that they're going to win money. And if they're losing money, they're going to be discouraged from even watching basketball. So the NBA got some issues. But you see, the NFL season will be over in like, what, 3 weeks? So the NBA would only be the only thing to watch. And the WWE is bad. So a lot of casual fans won't watch the NBA because I mean, maybe they will go to the NBA because the WWE is so bad, but I mean, I hope the NBA gets better, or would it just stay shitty because ain't nothing else to watch? It's the only game in town. So we got some questions about the NBA after this NFL season ends.